Well, hello folks, welcome to the ABC Journeyman. I am the Custard Prophet. We're back here with club number 5, Brackley Town. And as you can see, we're just not quite doing it. We're just outside the playoff positions. And the reason for that, originally it was because we were in all the cups, so we hadn't played enough games. But we're just losing games where we deserve to win them or deserve to pull out, get a point out of them. And we're doing it too often, and I'm not quite sure what to do about it. Yeah, that's right folks, it has been a really interesting part of the season because we played pretty well as far as I've been concerned. We've pulled off some decent results, but we've given up some terrible results as well, and it seems that we haven't deserved those results. We've given away games that just shouldn't have done, and we are kind of outside the playoffs at the minute. We are playing Banbury United, who are immediately above us in 5th. We sit in 6th, so we could catch them and go ahead of them if we beat them. So makes for an interesting episode today. As you'll see, since the games against Ramsgate, which was a really good game, we played Kettering up next, and this was a really weird game because we played quite well and just couldn't break them down. 0-0 draw. I thought, wow, it's not the end of the world, but it just hasn't got much better than that. We played Poole then in the first round of the FA Trophy, won that 2-1. It was a lot more of a result than 2-1. McNally and Hughes getting the goals. Hughes has been quite superb, actually. Evesham United beat them 2-0 at home. Cardos and McNally. And I thought we were coming to a few games against teams down at the bottom of the table. I thought we could really do well here. And we lost the next 2 games away from home 2-1 against struggling sides. First one, 2-1 loss against Hanley. We were 2-0 down and Nico Hill got a goal late on, but we just didn't seem to be able to create to finish the chances off we were creating, and then did the same thing against Stourbridge, and I'm completely unclear how we managed this. As you can see, there was an own goal from Darren Dunn just right at the end of the game. He scored at the right end, but yeah, did not finish, and part of the reason for that is that we were missing our man Alex Cardos. He went missing for a few games. He was missing for this game, but we beat North Greenford United 3-0, which was very pleasing. McNally, McCarthy and Brown, and Lowestoft, a nice 1-0 victory against them in the league. Gave us a couple of wins on the trot. Stephen Hughes with the goal. In the cup, we have been knocked out against High Flying Dartford. They were 5th in the can't remember which. Are they south of Dartford Tunnel? Is that near London? I don't know. I think probably the Vanarama South, but we weren't really in that match. Nico Heel getting a goal, but we did not do great. And Shifnal Town, you can see we still haven't got back our striker, but this was a cracking result against top of the table Shifnal Town. We were 3-2 up into the 95th minute. Nico Heel with a couple of goals, McNally with one, and we gave up a last minute goal, which was hugely disappointing. So we're coming into this game, we're doing all right. As you can see, Alex Cardos is out injured. He's going to be out for another 3 weeks, and it's a big loss for us. It really is. We've got Steve Hughes coming back, which is going to be important on the right side. Aguirre's been playing in there, but you just never know quite what this team's capable of, and I think without a top quality striker, it makes it so much harder. McNally, he does well. He scores some goals. I mean, he's got 6 in 12 games, which is really not a bad return for a player I thought would be a bit part player. Nico Heel, what's he got? 4 in 14, which is a little bit worse than last season, but he hasn't really been playing. But we're reliant on Cardos, and he's been out for a while now, so it's a little bit frustrating from that point of view. So let's go and play very tough game here against the, I forget who was it, the Quakers. Let's just check this out. Against Banbury United. It's not the Quakers, it's the Puritans. So we lost in our first game of the season against them, and we really didn't play well. So I'm hoping we can at least put a good performance out. It's going to be tough. They're sponsored by, no, I thought I said Sainsbury's, Banbury Plants and Skip Hire, or Wolverine. It's like Wolverine or something. So it's going to be a challenge, but we've just gone toe-to-toe with top of the league and did all right there. In terms of league position, as you can see, whilst we do sit in 6th, we are only, well, we're not far off top really. There is 3 points difference between 1st and 5th. So if we beat Banbury, that's going to help our case. Otherwise, it makes it a little bit harder. But I think we're certainly not out of it in the minute, and that's the important thing. Before we dive into it, let's look at the form that they're in at the minute. And you can see here, they are not in the best of form. The last 3 matches, a 1-1 draw against Hales Owen Town in the Southern League, a 1-0 loss at home against Kettering, and then a 2-0 loss against top of the table Shifnal Town. So they're coming into this game in a pretty rubbish run of form, but I don't think we're going into the game in the best run of form ourselves. So not quite sure which way this is going to go, but we will give it our very, very best. Right, here we go. We're starting off. I expect this to be a tight game, but not quite sure who's going to get the upper hand. Well, first chance to us looks like it's to Heel, and it is a penalty, unbelievably. Hughes is back in the squad, so he's going to be taking this penalty. He hasn't missed a lot of these as far as I remember. So is there a chance? No, it's Heel's taking it. It's just squeaked in past North. It's a lovely penalty right into the far corner of the net, and we go 1-0 up, and that is an ideal start. Well, what a half. We're 1-0 up against Banbury. We've gone above them in the league table. All is good with the world at the minute. Obviously, we've got another 45 minutes to play, but if we can keep things as tight as we manage there, we should be on to a winner, shouldn't we? Well, second highlight that we've seen, it's us initially. Oh! Please let that be. Nico Heel has just come into his own. Yes, we are missing our top scorer, but look at this, we're 2-0 up. Povey into Hughes. Hughes, he plays a clever little ball. I mean, it's not really to anyone, but no one was on Heel, and Heel kept himself on side and just flicks it past the goalkeeper. We're 2-0 up, folks. We're 2-0 up. It could not be going much better. Another highlight, folks. Simons at the back here into Barnett. They're going to look for the pass, I think. There's a ball over the top. There's a bit of space behind the defence. Chips it over. It's beautifully done. It's into Hughes, and he's just slotted it past the goalkeeper. Oh, this is glorious. We've had 3 shots on target. We put them all in the back of the net. How often has this been done to us? And we've just, this feels like justice. So Owen has come on for Graham. We're 74 minutes into the. It's going to be hard for Banbury to get back from where they are. We've managed to pick the ball up. Here is Barnett. Brown's looking to put the ball through. It's a terrible little ball though. He tries it and Caskey's running away with it. There's no one really on him, and we've managed to hold the ball up, but it's back to them. Bow now, and it is a penalty to Banbury, I think. Just taking out Ingram to put it and make it 3-1. Put it a little bit more interesting. Yes, other side of the post. That's nicely done. 15 minutes to go. They've got to score 2 goals. We've not seen much, but you know how things can change. So we brought some fresh legs on. Allen and Dunn came on. Did not need them. Yes, they scored a penalty. Fine, but they've really not created enough today. I think we played brilliantly. First half. Well, first kind of, that wasn't half really. First sort of like 60 minutes, we dominated the game, kind of, and we got ourselves the victory. We're not going to completely thrash them, but it was a comfortable performance. We didn't give much away apart from right at the end there. So yeah, very, very pleased with that. Better XG than them. Goals from Heel and Hughes, and it puts us into the playoff positions. It just couldn't have got better than that, really. So there you go, there is confirmation. We sit just a point shy of Kettering. Yes, they've had a game less, but look at what's happening to Shifnal Town, really struggling. They drew at home against Stourbridge. What an absolute, almost lost that game. What is going on there? Stourbridge are shooting up the league, actually. They were struggling, and they got a win over us. They've picked up some additional wins. So very well done to them, and we now sit above Banbury United. That feels very good as well. We're only now 6 points shy of Nuneaton Town, or Nuneaton Borough, sorry. So I feel it's not out of reach. We could get that top spot. We're certainly in position. If we can go on a good run, we are in. We're in the right place. And if you look at it, we have the best goal difference in the league, which is pretty superb as well. Anyway, folks, I'm not entirely sure when we're going to come back. We're out of all the cups, so we don't need to worry about those. But I think, what should we do? Come back sort of here for the game against Oadby, and that will give us a good idea of kind of where we sit with just the last quarter of the season to go. Anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed that. It's a really solid victory for the team. We are trying to get that elusive promotion into the Vanarama North or South or wherever we'd end up, and if we manage that, it's going to be pretty superb. But there's a lot of work to do, and as we found out last season, even when it looks really, really much like we could do it, it's not guaranteed. If you enjoyed the episode, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.